Here's a workout that I like to do on my off day, my non-lifting days. It is a kettlebell combo that was created by a guy named Dan John, and it's called the Armor Building Complex, short or in short ABC. The Armor Building Complex consists of 2 kettlebell cleans, as you can see here, and then 1 kettlebell overhead press and 3 front squats. And then you set the kettlebells down in the starting position. And you would do this complex every minute on the minute. So what that means is you set a timer. So you see I have a timer set on the floor next to my kettlebells, and every minute it would ring. And when the timer beeps, I do the combo. And then whatever time is remaining in that minute, I use it to rest and recover before performing the next repetition. In this setup, you see I have 2 pairs of kettlebells. I have a pair of 16 kilograms and I have a pair of 24 kilograms. And what I like to do is I would do the armor building complex for 20 minutes. So that gives me a total of 20 complexes, right? 20 repetitions of the armor building complex. And I would do 3 sets using the 16s, and I would do 1 set using the 24s. So over the course of 20 minutes, I would use the 24s 5 times, right? Every 4th set is the 24. I find that this workout is not taxing enough to get my body sore, so it's good for me to do on an off day. The 16 kilos are light enough for me to not make my body sore the next day, so I can continue to work out the following day. But I like to throw in the 24s just to give a little bit more resistance, just because the 16s feel a little bit too light for me. You can actually do this workout as an actual full body workout on one of your full body days, because this routine does cover basically your entire body, right? The kettlebell swing is essentially a pulling movement. It's a move that involves your posterior chain, right? It's a hip thrust, it's a hinge, and it's a pulling movement. So you have to engage your lats and your upper back to do it. And then it's an upper body pushing movement with the overhead press, and it's a lower body movement with the front squats. So it's actually a really good full body workout. And if you are doing a full body workout program, let's say maybe 3 days a week or 4 days a week, full body, one of the days you can actually simply just do this for maybe 40 minutes straight. So you can do 40 minutes, every minute on the minute. So that'll give you in total what? By the end of it, you would have done 80 kettlebell swings, 40 overhead presses, and 120 front squats, which is quite a bit of work, right? Over 40 minutes. And of course, if you want to make it more difficult, you can always go heavier, right? But in this case, because I am using this as an off day workout routine, I try to keep it relatively light for me. So again, I would do this for 20 minutes, and then I would do another 15 of 20 minutes of another activity. In the case of this video I'm showing, at the end of it, you'll see a few rounds of shadow boxing and a few rounds of hitting the heavy bag. I like to do something that is not too physically taxing on my off day, but always trying to stay active and keep my body warm and loose, even though I'm not pushing for a hard workout. But some days I don't feel like doing boxing, so I would do maybe some kind of mobility work, yoga, dynamic stretches. Any of those things are good alternatives. So I'm just gonna let the video run here. If you want to follow along the workout, you can. It's just 20 minutes of me doing the armor building complex. One thing I want to mention about the kettlebell clean that I do for the armor building complex here, right in the beginning of the complex. The two kettlebell cleans are done in more of the swing variation. So I talked about this briefly in my previous video, in my pull workout video, how the way I like to perform the kettlebell clean in order to make it into a powerful and muscle building exercise, I like to pull the kettlebell upwards in an explosive fashion, which is different from the way I do the kettlebell cleans here. This one is more for a kind of a strength endurance goal, right? Where I essentially kind of swing the kettlebells into the rack position. Neither one of them is correct or wrong. It's just how you want to perform it depending on the goals of the routine of the exercise. So for this one, obviously, because I'm not trying to tax my body too much, I do the kettlebell cleans in the swing fashion. But if you go back to my pull workout video, you'll see the difference of me essentially ripping the kettlebell vertically upwards from the dead stop position rather than pulling it between my legs and then swinging it upwards into the rack position, which is what you see right here. This variation is a little bit easier to do. You can handle a slightly heavier weight in this variation because you are using a little bit of momentum to swing the kettlebells into the rack position. So here I'm showing a few rounds of shadow boxing that I did after the 20 minutes of armor building complex. Again, just trying to stay loose, stay active, having a good time, having fun, trying to develop and learn some new skills. And then a few rounds of hitting the aqua bag as well. Not trying to hit really hard or really fast. It's just trying to have fun, trying to enjoy being active. And hopefully this video gave you some ideas and inspirations of what you can do on a non-training day, on an off day. So it's always good to stay active every day as much as you can, and just dialing it down, having a good time, enjoying the process. And yeah, we just keep at it day after day.